Yes, greetings and the best of salutations. I just always like to share what's on my heart and it what's on my mind with no nothing to hide. I should say, um, makes no difference. More uh, cosmetically set when it comes to one surroundings. Needless to say, it is what it is. Today's topic of discussion is the human experience modified. I shared something with um, with a group of people, very good people. Um, it was called the human experience attachment or connection, and the attachment is likened unto a hose that sucks all the life out of you, or people can become an enabler, one to another. Instead of helping them, they hurt them as we hurt each other. But then, when there is connection, there is energy. Without connection, there is no growth. Excuse me. Yes. When I think of growth, I think of maturity. And when I think of maturity, I think about what I have come to know um, when it comes to the maturation process of Common Humanity Mission, which is a um, organization that I had started. And there's five components: understanding, tolerance slash temperament, confidence, and respect. The maturation process unto maturity. You know, is when you play the football, what they call the football game in the United States. So you go through natural progressions, your reads, Yes. So read and understanding your origin, and when you understand your origins, you primarily understand that we all have humble beginnings. Yes, and these humble beginnings, we are you know at the mercy of a higher power, while each and every one of us are in the womb of our mother. Yes. So we come out of that womb into these surroundings aware. Yes, aware. And not to mention, um, anything that takes form will always be. Remember, the human experience modified. Yes, I was looking at this particular book that I have written called The Internal Struggle and Quest for Social Economic Change, Volume 2. As I was editing the book, modifying it um, until getting some more copies, but yet the copies that I do have, I they are for sale. And there is a particular chapter or page that I was challenged with and challenged by, and I think the title was a chapter called "Mental Operatives," but the it was dealing with the um, and trying to people acquaint themselves, and when it comes to various recitations of readings, when it came to what is called the Quran, you know, I don't profess um, to hold up any particular dogma, whether it be Buddhism, Hindu, shaman, African indigenous. It makes no, not me. If there is something there when it comes to the that can modify the human experience, and when I mean modifying the human experience to improve upon the human experience, I am for that. Yes. And what I have found out is interacting with people in the in this human experience is that we are modifiers as humans, that we are here to attribute and benefit from this learning environment. Yes. And how do we benefit from it? Not only do we learn from it, but we improve upon it by making things to become we become less extreme. Yes, less extreme. Yes. Um, and by becoming less extreme, as I said earlier, we improve upon our development of our intellect for the betterment of humanity. I think there was a gentleman in the '60s talks about properly guided extremism. I think that was brother by the name of Malcolm X, because we have become very extreme, and extreme has been become the norm, and trying to uh, improve upon one's individual condition and individual situation will become programmed to be extreme, but extreme without guidance is detrimental and dangerous and hurtful and harmful. Yes, yes. The tone that we share and express one with another, the way we interact with one another based upon one's material wealth, our position, our title is dangerous, hurtful, and harmful. So, it is a clear sign when it comes to any book that has been given that what one is being questioned or what is being questioned. I think there's a term called nasihed, or one's sincerity. Sincerity. Yes. One's sincerity is being uh, questioned. It's under question. I believe there was a brother by the name of Dr. King said, there is nothing more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. He was saying this in the context of explaining the rationalization of the enslavement and mistreatment and in the vilification, I believe it was, of a people. The rationalization and the justification. It is likened unto when the politics in the Isles of Britain, Tories and Whigs, horse thieves and bandits, and you create institutionalized, you create politics and for the institutionalization of banditry and thievery. You make that legal, you make it the law. You see, we seem to be living in a society where it's that when man makes the law and he's rationalized and justified any unjust behavior and unjust act and call it the law. And that may prove upon or satisfy their standards and satisfy their ego or into their intelligence at the expense of undermining the intelligence of others. That's not improving upon, that's being misguided and with the wrong attitude, because we realize that there are limits to everything. There are limits. And when anyone, race, class, gender, religion, economics, politics, or what have you, science, it makes no difference to me as well, is that when you exceed your limits, you will be exposed. So it says that um, if someone be of God before you, then who can be against you? We have been against improving upon and learning from in relationship one with another. When it comes to serving as a benefit, that we are modifiers of this creation, this learning environment as our human experience. Yes, we are here to add to the beauty of this human experience. I can recall interacting with a gentleman, and the gentleman um, approached me in a manner, in a way, with a certain tone, which I deemed to be inappropriate, and I responded in a way as calm and cool as I can. Yet at the same time, just the approach was not appropriate or inappropriate, only because we realize that that which occupies the mind conditions the mind. That's the nature of the mind. We must improve upon our relationships with self and one with another without outside influence. It doesn't matter what money, wealth, power, prestige, privilege. It doesn't matter about none of these things. All these things are just outside of us. Yet we can use those things to serve us rather than allowing it to lead and to guide us. So, if anything that we must be driven by, it is with purpose. Yes. And our purpose here is to reach our full potential. When you reach your full potential, that means you don't reflect carelessness, no callousness. And you become very, uh, you move from sympathy to empathy, and you don't become apathetic. Yes. So, as trying to, when it comes to the human experience, modified in this wise, what is being questioned once again is one's sincerity. Sincerity is under question. So we must do things to serve as a benefit one with another. I can recall another experience as I was talking to a sister on one of these sites, and questions were asked: "Are you this? Are you that? Where do you go?" They seem to be very normal questions, right? But what is the intention and the motive and the spirit and the attitude that is behind it? It just does not really resonate with me. Yeah, but, but I still responded in a way and gave them what they wanted. But yet, did they really want it? What do we really want from each other? The question is, what do we really want to do when it comes to improving upon our relationship with ourselves? Huh? Is the book that we say that we are reading, religious or otherwise, is it really and genuinely helping us to improve upon our relationship when it comes to this human experience that we are serving as modified to improve upon and learn from it? As we learn from one another, we serve as a benefit, the benefactor, the merciful. That we have been programmed to show less mercy toward one another. Is this improving upon the human experience? That we continue to be at each other's throats and to look at each other as opponents? But we have become opponents and at odds with this human experience. It is render us, as Dr. King says, to be sincere in our ignorance. And that's dangerous because the society in which we live manipulate our ignorance and use our ignorance to make us to become at odds with each other. What comes out of the mind and the thinking of a people who would put humanity in our relationship one with another, that would put humans at odds with one another, and we accept that as if that is the norm? So are we improving upon the development of our intellect for the betterment of humanity, not at the expense in your heaven contingent upon putting someone else and allowing them to live in hell? So the human experience, it is also an individual concern, that the individual must rise up and affirm his relationship with himself and with this human experience, that he or she who says that he is sincere and believe in what they say they believe, they will be tested. And we all will be tested, and the test is designed to see how you process information. So as it says, be ye transformed, that is saying modify. Huh? Modify to improve upon your thinking. Modify to improve upon your attitude. Modify to improve upon your vision. Modify to improve upon your listening skills. Modify to improve upon your diction skills. Modify to improve upon our problem solving skills. Modify to improve upon the development of our intellect for the betterment of humanity. Modify. Yes. I say this in closing. Anything that we read, anything that we share, anything that we do, there is some also Kwanzaa sayings in this wise, other sayings as well. I'm just sharing this, putting it out there. Is this here is that the key to social life is family, community. Anywhere we go, may we make that area or the people we encounter improve upon their life and make it better than it was before, rather than being bitter. Through the songs in which the hymns and which people sing, melodically or otherwise, it is designed to make us less bitter and make us more better. Any scientific discovery designed to make us better rather than bitter. Any academic achievement is designed to make us better, not bitter. Any invention, from tool making or otherwise, designed to make us better, not bitter. May we not be tricked or deceived to become better at being bitter, better at being liars, better at being deceivers, better at being murderers, better at being hostile. May we become better at being loving, better at telling the truth, better at being caring, better at being loving, better at being kind, better at being generous, better at being patient. The human experience is a fragile one. This is a learning environment that we must serve as a benefit. It is served to benefit us, that we that it is served as a benefit one for another. Oh, what a paradise How can one go wrong in this here creation? Only when he or she exceeds his or her limits and not having the right attitude about this creation, him or herself, as well as others. In closing, may we keep our head up. May we stay strong. For the time has come for all who are sincere in being better human beings. When it comes to our common humanity, in doing so, become better communicators, better cultivators, and better promoters when it comes to the value of self-worth. And may we learn to communicate with precision, clear. This is clear evidence. With precision, a clear image to the world through 5 channels of communication. One is understanding, which is designed to restore social credibility. The other is tolerance, which is designed to readdress social diversity when it comes to one's aspirations. Temperance/temperament when it comes to revising social coherency. For confidence when it comes to replenishing social continuity. And finally, respect when it comes to reclaiming social solidarity, the human experience modified. Redman Wally Kevin, teachers of teachers, preachers of preachers, when it comes to reverence from the heart, common humanity mission. CH Mission is the Cash App. Always say donate to the gift of social literacy. Until the next time, talk to you.